Hello everybody, my name is PeyONE and in this video I'm going to be talking about phrasal verbs with of. Now when it comes to speaking natural English, you should never forget about phrasal verbs because phrasal verbs are commonly used by native speakers all the time. Now there are so many phrasal verbs in English and most of them are complicated. There are thousands and thousands of phrasal verbs. And the question is, how can I know them? So what is the easiest way to know them? Super easiest way. Well, the good news is that usually the preposition can have a general meaning. So if you understand what the preposition stands for, you can have a good guess. So the brief definition of phrasal verbs. What is a phrasal verb? Well, a phrasal verb is a verb plus another word, sometimes two words or three words. They combine together to mean something different. Or we can say it's a verb plus a preposition, sometimes another verb. They combine together, right, to mean something different. Now let's go with the first meaning of. So the first common meaning of is to separate something from something else. Can you get the verb for doing this? So the verb for doing this is to tear, or in British accent we can say tear. In a more advanced English we can say rip. So can you get the phrasal verb for doing this? Of course, tear off. When you tear off something from something else, remember it is about separating. So I tore off the paper. I separate the piece of paper from a piece of paper. So to cut off has two meanings actually. And the first meaning is when you want to make an interruption or you want to make a break-in. For example, you go to your friend and your friend is talking and you want to talk to him. Well, you can say, instead of saying I'm sorry for interrupting you, you can say I'm sorry for cutting you off. Right? So the second meaning is to separate something from something else by using a machine or a tool, sometimes scissors. Alright, the next phrasal verb is to take off. So when you take off your clothes, you remove your clothes. For example, hey buddy, it is too hot here, just take off your shirt. Now we got the idea about the phrasal verb. The verb shows how it happened and the preposition shows what happened. Now take off has another meaning, which is to depart from the ground. For example, the plane took off 2 hours late. And remember that this is the general meaning of of. It doesn't mean that every phrasal verb with the same preposition can imply the same meaning. Some of them have their own meaning. For example, pay off. So to pay off does not imply the meaning of separation. It means to make a payment to a person or sometimes cops. Now let's get this phrasal verb into a sentence. For example, I paid off the cops. They stopped me and I paid off the cops. And the next phrasal verb that does not imply the meaning of separation is to put off. So when you put off, you delay or postpone something to a later time. For example, I put off, or I put off going to the doctor, but I wish I hadn't. And don't forget that, guys, phrasal verbs are very important to know because they pop up in daily conversation, usually in casual conversation. Thanks everyone for watching this video. I hope you found this video useful.